In this video, we're going to talk about your discussion forum number 2, target audiences, to be completed in the second week of the course. Now, to begin discussion forum number 2, you're first going to want to do a couple of things. First, finish watching PowerPoint Unit 1, identifying your audience. Watch that PowerPoint lecture. Then come down to this folder that you see here, Target Audience Assignment Part 1. You can click on that folder to enter it, and then go up here to the top, open the instructions at the top of the page, and read them over very carefully. Now, I'm going to let you read those instructions in full, but the kernel of the idea there, the main thing that you're going to want to do, is to come down here and look at the 6 ads that you'll see within this folder. Now, each of these ads is for the same product, the Toyota Prius. But each of the ads that you'll see is geared towards a different target audience, or towards potentially different target audiences. And what I'd like you to do is to look over these various ads, and for each one of them, just in your mind, you can make a few notes about this if you'd like to, but look over these various ads and decide for yourself who is the target audience for each of these ads. Who is it most trying to persuade to buy this particular product? Is it, for example, is the target audience, is it housewives? Is it house husbands? Is it people who have a very tight budget, or people who have a lot of money? What are the key issues or concerns of the particular audience each of these ads is trying to reach? Look at the ads very carefully. Let's go back up here to the top to ad number 1. Look at the pictures that are in the ads and look at the images that they use, but also particularly pay attention to the text of each of these ads, what's written there. Now, sometimes the text in the picture itself may be a little bit small, so I've put the text here in bigger letters. I've typed it out for you at the bottom of the screen so you can read this more carefully. Read over the text, look at the image, and decide who is the target audience for each particular ad. What group or people is that ad particularly aimed at? And you may come up with some different answers as different students look at these ads, and that's what we want to discuss on our discussion forum, our second discussion forum. Now, of these ads, 5 of these ads are print ads. They come from either magazines or, I believe in one case, from a newspaper. The 6th ad down here is a video ad. You'll want to make sure and watch that as well. For the same product again, you'll want to consider the same issue. Who is the target audience for this video ad that you see down here? And who is it aimed at? After you've had time to look over these ads carefully and consider both who is the target audience for each ad, and also to maybe think about what tactics each ad uses to try and reach that target audience, to try and persuade them to buy the product. Once you've looked at the ads carefully, then you can come back out of this folder and you're ready to begin discussion forum number 2. So let's go down here and click on our discussion forum number 2 icon and enter into that assignment. Now, the first post, as usual with discussion forums, will be due on Wednesday of the second week. So you do want to have this in by midnight of Wednesday, your first post on that board by Wednesday, February the 3rd at midnight. Your first post for this discussion forum number 2 will consist of the following. You'll pick 2 of the ads that you looked at in that previous folder. They can be any 2 ads. It can be 2 of the print ads, or it could be a print ad and that video ad, but pick 2 of those ads, any 2 that you'd like to talk about. With those ads, I'd like you to just very briefly describe them and say a quick sentence or so, just so that other students will know which ad you're talking about. And then for each of those 2 ads, I'd like you to tell us who you think the target audience is for that ad. Who is the group that you feel that ad is trying to reach. And for each ad, I'd also like you to suggest, again, very briefly, just what kind of tactics is that ad using to try and reach that target audience. What is it offering in the text? If it has a lot of written text, some of these ads have more written text than others. but in the text, what is it offering that would particularly appeal to that audience? What strategies do you think it's using, or what particular images, text, ideas is that ad presenting that would appeal to that target audience that you've decided that the ad is trying to reach? So for your first message, you do again want to keep your messages fairly brief. So the idea is essentially a sentence that describes the ad, a sentence that quickly tells us who you think the target audience is, and then a quick sentence or two where you discuss the idea of tactics and strategy. How is the ad trying to appeal to that target audience there? You'll have then essentially two very short paragraphs in all, one paragraph for each of the ads that you choose, since you're choosing two ads there. And each one telling us target audience, who you think the target audience is, and how that ad you feel is trying to reach that target audience. Now, over the rest of the week, once you've posted your first post, again by Wednesday, February the 3rd, then go back into the discussion forum, read over what other students have posted, look at their ideas about some of the ads and their ideas about who those target audiences might be, and respond to at least two other students sometime during the week. Now, the discussion forum will actually end on Sunday, February the 7th. You'll want to have completed the assignment by that time. By Sunday, February the 7th, you should have responded to at least two other students who have posted on the discussion forum. You can comment on their ideas about who the target audience is. You may have a different idea, and there may be, hopefully, some discussion back and forth about who each ad is trying to appeal to. You can expand on thoughts that they have if you'd like to. You can ask other students questions and answer questions that students ask of you. But let's have some good discussion, just as though we were sitting in a classroom looking at these ads and talking about them. I'll be participating in the discussion forum. I'll be dropping by to offer some thoughts and ideas about this issue of target audience, and we'll hopefully have a good discussion here on the forum. But do make sure that you have that first post in by Wednesday, February the 3rd, and that you complete the discussion forum assignment by Sunday, February the 7th. Where you've at least responded to two other students on on the forum this time. All right. Now, there is one other assignment then by the end of the week. That's what's called writing assignment number 1. This is a fairly short assignment, but it is graded. Again, a reminder, our assignments in week 2 are graded assignments, so you do want to do the best job that you can. Let's open up that writing assignment number 1. In writing assignment number 1, you'll see a list of various different items. Pick one of those items, any one of them that you want to, and I'd like you to write me 2 very short descriptions of that item. The same item for both paragraphs that you'll write, 2 very short paragraphs, each a descriptive paragraph. In the first paragraph, describe the item as though you were describing it to a sort of academic and kind of technically minded audience. All right, what is the needs of that audience who needs kind of a more sort of formal, technical kind of description? In your second paragraph, describe the exact same item, but this time describe it as though your audience is much more of the general public, where you'll be talking probably in a much less formal way, where you'll be thinking of ways to reach just sort of the general populace. How do the needs differ in these 2 different audiences? How are their wants and needs and what they need to get out of your description different between the technical audience that you describe the item to in your first paragraph and the more general populace that you describe the product to in your second paragraph? Now, there's many items here. There's everything from an iPod to a spark plug. We see words up there like a legal contract, soap. You can pick any of these items that you want to, and just describe it twice in 2 short paragraphs. First time for technical audience, second time for the general population. And through both of these exercises, the discussion forum and this writing assignment number 1, we're hopefully gonna look at different ways of reaching audiences, of convincing them and persuading them and writing to them, an idea that we'll carry forward into our next weeks of class. All right? Good luck with these assignments. I'll be communicating with you in various ways throughout the week, and I look forward to working with you this week. Thank you.